Hey, my name is Nathan Nguyen, and today I will be the lead spokesperson representing my country, Zimbabwe, talking to you about why my country is more deserving than Canada to receive this funding grant. But firstly, let's talk about the importance of physical activity among our children and youth. We all understand the importance of physical activity and why we need it, but there are many of us who do not take action. Physical inactivity is, if not already, becoming a spreading global epidemic. Diseases such as diabetes, coronary artery disease, and some cancers, once only common in high income countries, are now spreading worldwide. Declining physical activity and the increase of physical inactivity are the results of developed nations, urbanization, increased availability of motorized transportation, and etc. This trend is a key factor in the number of overweight and obese children and adults increasing worldwide, responsible for nearly 3.4 million deaths. Chronic diseases such as coronary artery disease, strokes, hypertension, colon cancer, breast cancer, and type 2 diabetes can all be attributed to physical inactivity, which can lead to a reduced life expectancy. And with inactivity related diseases comes a very high healthcare cost. As Ian Jansen, Canada Research Chair in Physical Activity and Obesity, estimates that taxpayers are paying nearly $6.8 billion a year brought on by physical inactivity. And on the graph shown here, you can see that you can see the different healthcare costs associated with various diseases. And it's funny that these stats can be significantly reduced if only Canada's population were more physically active. So when comparing Canada's and Zimbabwe's report cards, one would be able to tell that where Zimbabwe had better grades, Canada would have lower grades, and vice versa. The average grades for both overall physical activity and sedentary behavior around the world is a D. Zimbabwe is well above that average, averaging around a C plus, whereas Canada is sitting below average at a D minus. If we were to split Zimbabwe's report card into categories like daily behaviors, settings and sources of influence, and strategies and investments, such as Canada's report card, then we can group each indicator under each section, comparing the two report cards, and what we would see that Canada excels in areas where money and the government isn't really an issue, as they are provided and invested in by the government with funding, whereas Zimbabwe, when we look at into areas where money and the government may be an issue, according to the report card, the indicators are either graded mostly based on expert opinion, or there were insufficient data to accurately grade it, which can say a lot about some of the socioeconomic and environmental barriers that the country may face. So the most concerning area on the report card regards to health and well-being would be just the area of settings and investments, because although Zimbabwean children are grading pretty well with active transport, sedentary behaviors, and organized sport participations, the lack of opportunities, programs, investments, and safe recreational areas will probably affect the children, causing them to become and live a more physically inactive and sedentary lifestyle. Environmental and socio-economic barriers go hand in hand when it comes to barriers the country has to face. I'm not shaming the government, saying that they don't put enough effort into promoting a physically active, healthy lifestyle, but some potential solutions or strategy that they might want to look into, and that will probably help, is to have a set funding dedicated to opening up new opportunities and programs for children, building safe recreational areas, investing in promising initiatives that will help educate and better promote a healthy and physical active lifestyle. So the reason why Canada have such better grades in that area is because they are well funded, with many investments dedicated to increasing physical activities and healthy behaviors, maintaining and building new recreational areas in schools, playgrounds, etc. And in 2015-16, Sport Canada actually invested $16 million in sport participation for children and youth. So if these solutions were implemented into Zimbabwe, the short and long-term effects would completely change the overall physical activity grade of the country. And the Zimbabwe children just need a chance for opportunity, and with this funding grant, they might just get a shot at the opportunity they need. Thank you for listening.